Hey, Podnutzians. Welcome to just a random live stream. Since doing the 24-hour stream, I think I'm more willing to just get something set up and then just say, let's go live and let's see what happens. So I want to thank everyone for coming out. Thanks everyone for their support. What we're going to do here is the live unboxing of a Atomic Pi. Atomic Pi is a micro board, a single board computer that we talked about on the mini PC show. And speaking of the mini PC show, we're also joined by Rich. How's everything going, man?
Good, good. I was kind of just sitting back watching some TV and, saw you're going to go live and figured I'd just harass you. But since you invited me on, I can't harass you
Well, you can, but it's going to just be harder to boot you. That's all.
then. Harder to
Uh,
ignore me.
okay, so let's first go over the specs for the
Can,
Atomic
can
Pi.
I stop you? I have many disabilities, and one of them is I see what I want to see. I thought that was an ARM-based device. If I knew it was an Intel-based device, I would have gotten one or two of them.
Well, that's why the biggest problem I'm seeing in all of these single board computers in the last 6 8 months is naming. They're doing a very very bad job in naming computers. I
Uh,
understand them thinking they can get some of the rub, some of the shine off of the Raspberry Pi type crowd,
right.
but if it's not the same architecture whatsoever, maybe you shouldn't call it pie. Maybe you should call it cake or strudel or some other mathematical
Or
like thing, something.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, because I saw Atomic Pie, I'm like, all right, I just got into. I'm not really in the market. I mean, $35 sounds like a reasonable price to spend some money on. But if because what I said to Door today was, heck, if I knew it was Intel based, you could run PF Sense on that. It has a USB 3 port on it. You could get a USB 3 gig Ethernet dongle, and you could make that a PF Sense box for under $40, basically.
Well, probably is what I'm going to say. And yes, it depends, and that's what I think we're here to find out this evening. Is this board what at least I'm suspecting it is? Because when I hear Intel based single board computer tells me I can install anything on it that would go on any laptop, any desktop, any server, any one of those kinds of architecture. Okay. So it is starting out $34. I will say I paid, I want to say more than $45. I bought it from Amazon. I'm not a Prime member anymore, and I believe I still got it 2 days earlier than I was supposed to get it. I believe I was supposed to get it Thursday or Friday, and I got it yesterday, whatever. Um, and yes, it is Intel based. And one of my theories was anything Intel based, you're going to pay an Intel tax. And when you pay the Intel tax, it means you're going to spend like twice as much in comparison to a ARM based processor. And these guys are basically out to prove me wrong. And I will say they also definitely need help with their graphics department. If you go to their main website, dldirect.com, I believe it is, um, and scroll down just a touch, you'll see something that looks like, you know, a first semester graphics student put together Atomic Pi. But, I'm not a graphics guy, so it's easy for me to say. Okay, here's the rundown. It says a genuine Intel Atom X5 Z8350 quad core with 2 megs of cache, runs up to 1.9 gigahertz with 480 megahertz GPU. So it's a processor plus GPU all in one. And it says eats RPi for dessert, beats some desktops. Well, yes, if you go back to the 286 days, this destroys desktops, but which is an extreme exaggeration. But um, yes, Intel based. Now, being on the mini PC show, we have seen a great number of Intel Atom X5, and I do believe this same model Z8350 possibly processor on a multitude of devices. But they've always been pushing $100, if not more than
Right.
$100. 2 gigs of RAM, to be honest, these days is almost a lower number. Considering it can technically run Windows, it's still a lower number, but it does have 2 gig of DDR 3L 1600 RAM, no upgrade in sight, just straight
Hmm.
2 gig of RAM, which is
Yeah, it's soldered
fair.
on.
Yep. 16 gig eMMC, which I'm going to guess is support or on board. I don't know. I haven't opened it up yet. SD slot for adding more up to 256 gig, which now, of course, you can get for probably like $80. Full HDMI port with Intel graphics and primary audio out, which can be troublesome on Linux devices. I'm just going to say that out loud. USB 3.0 and 2.0 ports. I believe it's just 1-in-1 ports. I can't remember. I believe it is just 1-in-1 port, which is
Yeah.
fine. Fast dual band Wi-Fi BGN AC 2.4 and 5 gigahertz with Wi-Fi RT5572 IPX connectors on board. So it has Bluetooth 4.0 support. So it's newer Wi-Fi support,
Hmm.
not newest Wi-Fi support, which I still think is good.
So was this like a blowout that they stopped manufacturing this? The company went bankrupt. Somebody bought it by the pound and figured they'd sell it, or
No, I'll try to find the Amazon link. In the Amazon link, there's only like 2 comments on it. They're both questions. And the second question, the guy said, we have, as of right now, we put 6,000 of these up on Amazon. Right now,
yeah, they
there's
sold
500
out.
left. And now we are in the process of getting more. Um,
Oh wow.
if you go to their actual manufacturer website, which is not this website, they have multiple products. This is not their first product. They have at least 6 or 7 other products. So they're not completely new to this, but I'm also sure they were not expecting this kind of buy like rate. Um,
I would have risked the what 30 something bucks to if it was a flop or not. I mean, if I could run PF Sense on it, that would have been a big deal.
and I'll say this: there's no reason why you can't. There's no reason why you can't whatsoever. There's more specs to talk about. Gigabit NIC, which is standard in this day and age. They actually phrased this next one wrong. 9-axis internal navigation sensor with compass. I believe, yeah, that's the line. It's actually what I gather, not only a compass, but a what's it called? Like a um, leveling,
MEMS
like
gyroscope, probably.
yeah, gyroscope. Thank you. To which I believe they have a gyroscope on here in case you want to load Android. That's the only thing I can think of. That's what I'm going to guess. Uh, Secondary XMOS audio output with Class D power amp. I have no idea what that means. TTL debug, JTS style connectors, runs 5 volt, typically 4 to 15 watts. Now here's the kicker: legitimate licensed BIOS boots from SD, USB or Ethernet. Linux comes preloaded, so that's good. Yes, it
Wow.
will run Windows 10, 32 or 64-bit. So it's not only Windows compatible, but it's also 64-bit compatible, and also apparently has like a real, in air quotes, BIOS on it, so it should be able to easily multi-boot. There is, I believe, a spot on the board for also a battery, so you can have consistent time on it. I don't think
Hmm.
it comes by default. Also, for some reason, one of the very last things they mentioned is a large full breakout shield available with screw terminals for easy wiring or uh, for like other CPU and wiring, it says. And if you take a look at the pictures, the very first picture, it's hard to tell. But on the lower side of it, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 12, 15 or 16 connectors that when I see these connectors, I think 3D printing and home automation. I don't know what those connectors are called, but they're only on the breakout board. They're not on the full board itself, where there's like you can shove a wire in, tighten the screw down, and hold the wire in place. So to me, that's very interesting. Breakout board, of course, cost more, $34 for the regular board itself, $49 for the main board and the large breakout board. There's also a small adapter board, which it looks like it's only $5 extra. I did not get any of these. I just got the main board. A full development kit with cameras and sensors and power supply and breakouts and 2 atomic pies, $95. That actually isn't too bad, is what I'm gonna say. And they even allow you to buy a full case of 24 of the atomic pies. Um, right now I'm trying to 3D print my actual case for it. We're going to try to print it again and see if it actually comes out right. So that's basically all of the board. There's already people out there on the intranet running streams where you can watch them doing benchmarks on the atomic pi. I'll just put it like this. Benchmarks test for benchmark speed. They never actually tell you how anything performs. They just tell you how it performs on this benchmark versus other items running on this same benchmark. Software, all the software we run today is a little bit more nuanced than something more than just a benchmark can tell you. You have to actually run the software to see how it actually runs. I believe I can share this video out to you, Rich. So let me come here. Yeah, let me come here and say share screen. Share screen. So now you should be able to at least also see the box.
Yes.
Okay. So it's just a very plain box, came in via Amazon. Let me switch the mic around. So it's just a very simple, plain box, nothing spectacular, nothing fancy, nothing on the box anywhere except for in the very top corner, very small writing, Atomic Pi, high speed SBC with peripherals new. So didn't crack it open yet, but I will say, looking at the size of the box, I'm going to think I made another critical mistake, Rich. And do you know what that critical mistake is?
I'm not sure.
I believe I made the critical mistake I've made multiple times in the past, which is order a single board computer and not
With
go
no
out of
power
my
supply?
way to order a power supply.
I thought the picture, I'm looking at the Amazon link, and it looked like they showed a power supply.
Well, I'm sure they will in the picture. Okay, there's the
I
box.
see bubble wrap.
See bubble wrap. Congratulations, Atomic Pi.
Does it say
Tip.
you're smart and attractive for ordering this?
No, probably will. But there's a picture of their team, which is kind of cool. Team IoT. Keep the battery attached to preserve BIOS, so they actually do give the battery.
I thought you were wearing blue gloves.
No. Pi pins confirm. Confirm plus 5-volt is regulated. Do not exceed 5.2 volts. Attach HDMI. Power up using Control Alt F2 to open a window. Power up Control Alt. That's the run. So they're using something like OpenBox, and that's the run dialog. Control Alt F2. Log in with user Atomic Pi. Password shown on the screen. Well, that's ingenious. Tiny SMD components are fragile. Handle with care. Check out the DYI printable enclosure. Oh, they have a DYI printable enclosure. Okay. GPIO pins, 3.3 max. Use the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. Plenty of options. Press the locking tab before pulling and releasing the JST connector. No force necessary. Like to try a different OS? Just boot from a USB or SD card. Okay. Have fun with the Team IoT. And there's this says the power supply options. So there's the breakout board with the 2 millimeter jack, board screw, and there's cases and all kinds of stuff. They do a good job of giving you material in the device. And I'm 99% sure I have no power supply, but I will say I did watch ETA Prime.
Oh yeah, I watched that also.
Well, then one of the things you should have caught from his video is there is no standard barrel jack connector.
Yeah, there was like a pin header.
Right. So, and there is a battery included, so that's good. Comes with the battery already on the board. It's already actually on the board, but it's being fed through the heatsink fans, which I don't think can be a good thing to keep there. I mean, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. So yeah, so right now, there's no way I can power this up without, and I've never in my life, in all the single board computers I've had, ever had power coming into the device by default through the GPIO pins.
Hmm.
So that really, so right now, yeah, there is no way I can power this thing up. I have nothing even remotely close to being able.
Oh, I got it here with me.
You have a power cable split off to GPIO pins.
Yeah, well, I could solder up.
Yeah. Okay.
See?
And I will say these GPIO pins do seem a touch smaller, closer together than your normal Raspberry type device.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Well, the black grouping that looks like the standard 1/10 of an inch, but the white ones look much closer.
Well, these are actually like plug sockets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, not booting it today. And then on the back, I'm guessing that's where the breakout board goes to, like the old school IDE connector almost. So, no. So, if you buy it on Amazon, even
Wait,
though
wait,
it's,
wait. That USB port that's orange, is that that's a high speed USB 3?
I see a blue one. Oh, it might look orange because
Oh.
maybe.
Yeah, your hands look blue, so
Um, I'm not sure.
yeah, your white balance on that camera is way off.
Well,
The board looks okay color-wise.
oh, swap RGB. Hold on. Transition, webcam, swap red and blue. Uh, why does it do that? Okay, so now let me hit OK. I'm going to relaunch it again and say,
Yeah, I thought you had blue nitrile gloves on.
there you go. Okay, transition. There you go. So yeah, blue USB 3.0 one port gigabit NIC.
Okay.
And then on the other side, I don't see so the USB 1 or 2 is coming through ports as well. There's no socket. There's no dedicated socket for it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Which isn't the end of the world. It's just something you got to take note of. Hmm. Yeah. So I do not believe it is possible. And I really do not like the fact that the Amazon link did show a power supply.
Yep. Yeah, I got it up right now.
Yeah. Can you put the link someplace?
Yep, sure. Let's see. Am I allowed to drop links? Oh, I'm a
I don't know.
manager here. Whoa, that's a huge link.
That's okay. I do it.
Yeah, I dropped it in the video.
Paste. Oh, paste. I hate how YouTube does its own
Shortens.
thing with them. No, it makes them even 10 times longer.
Oh, no way.
Oh yeah, because it like verifies. Are you sure you want to leave YouTube? Just in case
Oh.
someone drops like a crooked, malicious link in the chat, it'll be easier for them to filter them out and not let them go there. Okay, so
Yeah, because the fourth image in their grouping shows like a wall wart, shows almost like a 3D printer type power supply. Okay, it shows a breakout box.
yeah,
So, all right, this is API power supply options in that faint text. So it's a bigger font but gray, as opposed to you don't get this in red.
yeah.
But yeah,
And
at $35, I would have definitely pushed buy before I read all the text.
yeah, well, and what I really expected was like right here beneath it would say like buy with it, or some kind of
Right,
suggestion.
right.
Instead I
People
got
who
the
bought this, right.
right, but instead I got the, do you need help installing this for only $50?
Meh.
Which of
Nobody
course I'm
would know
not,
how to install it.
right, which I'm not going to buy. And to be honest, these power supplies beneath it I know aren't the right ones, because I know you can have a power supply that will work with it. ETA Prime had it in his video, and even when I come to back to their official site, there's no place to buy there either, which is weird. Yeah, yeah, so that sucks. And to be honest, I don't even have the little end piece that would fit over uh both of the pins to make it connect. Because you remember back in the day, you always had jumpers. You had a box of like the jumpers just sitting around.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
got jumpers all over the place.
I used to, and then I cleaned up.
Or jumper wires, I should say. The actual jumpers I needed for something, couldn't find them anywhere. Couldn't buy them.
Yeah,
Probably on Amazon I could find them.
so I'm going to carefully put this back in the box, in the container, and put it back in the box, because at least for right now, can't boot it, and because they're using such an ununiform power means without the breakout board.
Yeah, there's no barrel jack, no
Yeah,
nothing.
and I did notice the 2+ weeks we saw this in the notes and in the streams and feeds. They only ever showed you one direction of the board. They never showed you side or bottom or back or anything else, which just, I will say, obfuscated a little bit the lack of the standard power connector. Well, that absolutely sucks. So then I guess I'm going to have to try to see if I can find either someone selling the power cord, which I doubt I'm going to be able to find. And I'm pretty sure if I go to buy the breakout board, it's going to say, like, no hablo English.
Yeah, I probably could solder you something up. Well,
Mm.
now I'm counting on, is the pins that you need power on, they're the black ones?
I don't know, but I will say if you go to that Atomic Pi website where you can buy it now, right to the very bottom of the description specifications, more specs here, and they're not kidding when they say well documented. I'm pretty sure almost any question you could have would also work, including the like eighth one down. What 5-volt power supplies do you suggest?
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at ETA Prime's video, and
Yeah.
it's on the bottom of the board where the power goes in.
See on the bottom of the board, I didn't really.
There's a black connector, and it's on the
Oh,
bottom of the board.
yeah. See, I don't have the connector for that. Via
What?
male DuPont wires. Oh, male DuPont wires.
Of
I have them all
course.
over the place. Oh wait, no, I
Holy
don't.
cow! If they just said that.
Well, and I can easily blame myself and say, I should have known that. And yes, I think I should have known that.
I,
But
here's a real easy assumption based on all the single board computing stuff you have kicking around. I would guess that you have something you could unplug and plug into it. That would be my random guess.
no, I have nothing that connects to that kind of connector anywhere. Anywhere. Nothing.
Well, I'm under house arrest, and I had to pick up one of these. I ordered it by Amazon. It was like, I don't know, $9 or $10.
What's that?
SATA adapter to get.
Ah, SATA to
So,
USB.
I mean, I got 4 of them at my house. If I include the docks, I got more of that. But being that my house is 150 miles away.
So they call it actually male DuPont wires. Hoy vey.
I have never heard of that.
Okay. US power to male. Huh. Yes. Gotta be careful what you type here. DuPont wires.
Gotta look something up.
I see. Yeah, and it literally looks like one of the old. And where I'm finding a lot of DuPont wires. It looks a lot like the old IDE connectors, but you could split them up physically. You split them up, which means I literally have to destroy a wall wart.
All right, so I got breadboard ribbon wires, which I'm trying to look if they say DuPont because I've never heard that term.
Neither have I. DuPont jumper
Yeah.
wire
Yep.
cabling.
Yeah, they are. So here's what I've been doing is when I need some wires like that, like I had to program something. I had to solder some wires on, and I was programming it directly, not over the air, with a Raspberry Pi. So I had the female DuPont. Well, I've never heard them referred to as DuPont wires. That I just cut in half because it was female to female. Cut them in half. I soldered them onto the board and then plugged them into the Pi.
Gotcha. Well, what's interesting is I'm seeing a lot of DuPont wires that are being powered by USB, but USB can put out 5 volts, can it?
5 volts. Yep.
Yeah. Some would be an option.
So, two things. You could buy like the jumper wires, and you could buy a power supply. And if you've got wire strippers kicking around or teeth, and
Yeah, I gotta
you could
destroy a power supply.
you could snip the end off the power supply, red wire, black wire, that kind of thing inside, and use solderless connectors if you don't solder.
Yeah, see, and everywhere I'm looking for it, Amazon or their official other affiliate, nowhere do they even offer a power supply as an option. I mean, I would have bought it no matter what. I'm still happy I bought it. I just
Oh
wish
yeah,
it would have
yeah.
made it more
It's
obvious.
just like opening the package on Christmas and you don't have batteries for it.
Oh, my opinion, how would this do as a 3D printer? This is way more powerful than any 3D printer needs. The real
Well,
question is, will you have the connectors
so
to control the 3D
here's
printer?
one of the things that we're missing on a 3D printer is the 3D printer, the controller board doesn't have an operating system. It's not
Well,
running an OS.
right. They have baked in firmware, and that's about it.
So anything that runs in firmware is going to be running faster than something, I would say, for the most part. There's going to be exceptions to that rule. But anything that has firmware on it will be running a lot faster because
Yeah,
there's no OS layer.
right. It's more real like time.
Yeah, and that's the important thing when you're doing anything mechanical that's moving, is having real time, or no operating system.
I'm trying to think. I'm obviously missing verbiage when I'm looking for this to be a like wall wart type connector. 5-volt DuPont wires. See, I don't know. Because I would think somebody there. I just keep thinking there's no way this is the first company. Well, at least I hope. No, this is no way this is the first company in existence who's ever done such a type of connector.
Correct.
This is what I got to say to myself. Self, and I don't know if I believe myself. I often lie to myself. Okay, here in the chat, this is the best I've been able to find so far. And this does look like it would meet the need. Smacking. It's literally called smacking. The hell kind of name is that? Smacking. SMAKN. Smacking. DC 5 volt 3
Okay,
amp
I'm looking at
switching power supply adapter 100 to 240 AC DuPont plus cable DC adapter.
Yep, that's it. Buy it.
Now that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 connectors.
Yeah, DC power has 2 wires on it.
So I'm not sure why it has 6 connectors.
Okay, I'm looking at one of the images. I don't know if the wires are bent over or if they're just ending. Yeah, I think it's up to you to solder them correctly on. Okay, so what it looks like to me is you get the wall wart, you get the cannon, the male cannon, the female cannon,
Oh,
and on the female cannon, you've got to connect the ends to those pins. Now, here's the bad part: is those pins are all female; they're not male.
they're not male. Oh, you're
No,
good. Good eye. Good eye.
so you need the males.
Okay, so let's first just try to go and, man, you got to be careful what you Google search. Smacking. Ooh. Okay, Smacking USA. It looks like maybe, possibly. Creative connectivity. You notice I'm not doing this while streaming because you never know what's going to come up. No, I don't think this is the right one. So let's go again and
Well,
say
I clicked
Smacking.
on their Amazon link.
And all it does is go, I don't want their Amazon site. I want their company site.
Well, it's showing me the products that they have for sale on Amazon.
Yeah.
So you know it's probably like a Chinese company, and they thought "smacking" was like a
Probably.
catchy term.
I can guarantee you.
They got a "smacking" servo with metal gears.
Huh. Here's a Smacking DC to DC converter, 12 volt step down to 3 amp, 3, no, no, 3 amp, 3 volt. No, the right thing. And that was at Wally Mart. Okay, so maybe we're at least closer when we're thinking DC 5 amp.
5 amp, 5 volt.
Yeah, DC 5 volt 3 amp. So let's go back to Amazon. I hate going to Amazon. We're going to take out that and just search for this. Smacking. Whole lot of smacking. I'm just reading it.
That cracks me up.
Yeah, see, this is where back in the day you would go to Radio Shack,
Oh yeah, yeah.
but kind of don't exist anymore.
Correctamundo.
Okay, so we're just gonna go back to the Goog. I burls. I burls. Yeah, no, close. I get really annoyed when time for the multimeter. Multimeter ain't gonna help me any. I know what the numbers are. That's not the question. I need the actual physical connectors. I'm finding a bunch of step down, step down, step down.
See,
What a surprise! Banggood. Again, you
yeah.
gotta watch what you're searching, man. That's like the Alibaba.
Now that's another company, Banggood. Do you think they came up with?
I mean, it just is what it is. It just is what it just is.
I need to keep this G-rated.
I know. And see, I'm looking now on there. Not really. See, I'm pretty sure there's just like a magic word combination. I just don't know, and I'm not saying. This is why I said years ago my job title should be Senior Internet Research Specialist.
Right.
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, the bottom of the ports, literally, if I just strip the wire and shove the wire in, again, G rated, I literally think it would work.
Yeah, it probably would.
It's just a question of if the cables are thick enough to not wear.
All right. So now when you do that, you're gonna want, instead of multi-strand wire, you're gonna want solid core wire.
Solid core DuPont.
No, well, just solid core wire. Because if you're just gonna try and shove it in the socket and hope it works.
Hmm. Hmm? What is this? Whoa. Okay. For sports camera.
Hey, I could solder you something up and send it to you.
I know you can, but it'd probably take just as long for me to find and buy something.
Right, it would.
Okay, that looks interesting. I know, Brian. Well, look, the reason they're not using a normal power connector is literally just to save money. And I mean, they're just doing everything in their power to save money.
Yeah, who's that guy, Brian?
I don't know. That's a micro
I don't know.
USB power. I don't know. That means I would need a micro USB out. So never mind, that one ain't gonna work. eBay, what good are you? Actually, I'm shocked, Rich. I've gotten more eBay affiliate money
Really?
in the last 3 months than I've gotten in the last 5 years.
Huh. I was looking at my Amazon. I'll click right now to my earnings. I think I'm getting $26 this month.
Yeah,
So
that
well,
was about what I
YouTube's
got.
giving me.
Oh, YouTube will too. It will never give you anything unless even if I was listening to a podcast, you wouldn't want to listen to it, but it's called the Creative Unknown. Uh, two guys from a fairly successful YouTube channel. You know, it ain't crazy successful, but fairly successful. Interview other creators and just how do you go through your process? What's your workflow like? What's your experience like? And this guy posted a video that got I want to say 2 million views, and he made less than I think it was $600, something low,
Wow!
something
Wow!
really low. And they admitted, nothing makes any sense. Uh, you get two videos with the same number of views over the same amount of time, with the same length of time in each video, and you'll get two separate stacks of money. They're not
Well,
transparent at all about money.
and so the other thing about YouTube is it seems as though there was a stretch of time where I was getting like 3 subs a day, and then all of a sudden I'm down to like 1 or 2 subs a week, which doesn't seem to make any sense whatsoever. Um, but the other thing that's going on is they do a live transcription, and so
Yeah.
based on the text, like even if you're doing our live feed right now, they're doing a live transcription on,
Yep.
and you're I don't know how many subs you have, but if you're not
Not a lot.
monetized,
Oh, I'm not monetized.
so all right, you have 369 subs. So if you were monetize, they would be calculating who would be good to place ads on your feed for based on the text content. And I know people that post prohibitive items like that, or I should say prohibited things that YouTube frowns upon. They just don't use the proper term for it,
Right. Yeah. It's just
and
like
they're
using slang.
yeah, or they just don't say exactly what it is, and it just goes by.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it really is. Well, that's the whole thing about any kind of machine learning, artificial intelligence, self driving car, anything. Because they're just stupid computers in the end, it's going to be super easy to go around them and to just fool
Mhm,
them. Just like you said, like instead of saying a drug, you just say a person's name or something. Hey, have you
mhm.
talked to Norm today? I owed Norm like $40.
Or
Have you seen Norm? Because I need to owe money. And then you'll know, oh, you talk to Jeff. Jeff's talked to Norm. You can pay him the
it's
money. Yeah.
it's kind of like the Enzyte commercials because they legally can't make any valid claims about it. They just suggest it, but
Right.
never say. They never say this works 10 times as good as Viagra because it doesn't. They just
If you
try
say
to.
so, I'll take your word on it. That was too easy, Rich. Come on
Hold
now.
on, where are the pills?
I don't
Um,
know.
so I got to keep my mind out of the gutter. But
Um,
that's how you get around some things by not saying exactly.
okay, so I'm thinking this might actually be good enough trick. And now here's the real thing, Rich. if this type of setup here, this here, I'll put the link. I'll show it in the video as well. If this kind of solution would work, it literally blows my mind for one reason and one reason alone. I
Okay, I've
never
got that.
thought I never thought in my wildest dreams I would be able to power an Intel computer from a USB socket.
Yeah, well, it's really a low power. It's
Oh, it is.
Atom, right?
Oh yeah. But if that is, I mean, that to me is really interesting, is what I'll say.
But you still don't have the right gender on the cables.
Well, I know, but if it's literally just a hole on the board, I just keep thinking, just cut the.
Yeah, and they're going to be multi-strand cables. You have a soldering iron?
Yeah, technically I do.
Yeah, so you could solder the end of the wire. You could strip the end of the wire, solder it, and jam it in the socket.
Yeah, technically I don't want to burn the house down. Yeah, see, 'cause these holes are so frigging thin, Rich. You find me a thing on the internet, whatever, a picture of what the hell would go in there. Because like a piece of plastic, I can't imagine a piece of plastic fitting in that socket. It's that small.
Well, just the pin. So it's going to be on that little USB board. It's going to be the size of that pin that comes out of the USB board that fits in the socket.
Have I seen pins like that?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, so you can get those cables here. Let me drop you the link. It's my Amazon earnings. Here it is. So
no idea
this is what I got. So I'm dropping it in.
Well, it says, Charles, on the site and on the paper, it needs 5 volt, not more than 5.2 volt, and that's what USB does. 5 volt.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the current level that's going to push out. How many amps? All right, so basically you have 2 powers of ground, receive and transmit on that, I'm guessing, because it said 3.3 and 5 volts. The question is, are you going to have enough current to drive it? Read full description.
I'm copying your link. Instead, it's sending me to YouTube.
What?
It's literally popped me with a message saying, "Are you sure you want to leave YouTube?" Oh, sorry. Go to site. I'm an idiot. I think you needed to find a smaller picture, Rich. These are male to male.
Yeah, but there's male to male and male to female.
Oh, see, the picture's still too damn small.
So you could plug the females in and then plug the males in, and then you got the right gender.
So
and everything connects. And no soldering into your house doesn't burn
male
down.
to female, 40 of them. Okay. So technically, I could buy both this or a smaller bundle of this because I don't really need all of them, and the SMAC or whatever, SMAC power adapter or whatever it was called. Right?
Yep. Yeah, you could tear off a red and a black male and just chop them in half. So then you have 2 of each.
Okay, well, I know, but somewhere has to be more details about the power on the atomic.
Well, the SMAC was like 3 amps. That's what's the board say you need amperage wise? Because I think it was pretty low.
I don't know. That's what I'm going to now. I'm going to their website.
Because that was 3 amps, yeah.
What it says. "5 volt, typically 4 to 15 watts.
You could power it off the USB port then.
That's what it at least says on the website, but doesn't mention amps there.
Yeah. Well, 4 to 15 watts is nothing.
Okay. And yeah, I click this and it just comes to here. It doesn't say keep the battery plugged in. Pin 1 on the 26 pin connector, nearest SD card. enters the 5-volt. And it does look like they have 2 of them, 4 pins being plugged in on the GPIO board, on that little board. Pin 1 on the 26-pin connector is nearest to the SD card slot at the edge of the board, period. +5 enters on pins +5 enters on pins 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13. Pins 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 are ground. Use at least
Okay.
2 pins, i.e., 3 and 5 and 6 and 8,
Okay.
26 AWG.
Yeah, that's the gauge.
So I need 2
So
5
you
volts?
just twist, yeah, you just twist the wires together. So the wires going into it. If you buy that bundle, just cut a red wire in half, strip both ends, and connect it to all 3 together to the red of the power supply. So it's the power supply and the 2 leads, and you
Yeah,
connect them together.
so all coming off the power supply is the socket to the other socket. Then it looks like literally 2 cables, red and black. So on both of them, I strip, both of them I take down. I connect 2 wires to each of them.
Yeah, yeah. So then you have 2 powers, 2 grounds.
Huh. Okay. It's not hurting my head at all. I only have a mild headache.
Nah, that's nothing.
Well, no, but what I don't like about that is how bad it will look and appear and fit inside of any kind of case,
Oh yeah.
and how
Yep.
poor it would transport. Yeah,
Uh,
and
we're
and
we're
and
not talking pulse width modulation or oscillating DC or anything like that.
yeah, I know, but now why can't I just come here and let's close some of these windows? And now let's just say a Atomic Pi
Power supply.
break. What's it called? Breakout board
Oh,
or no, not breakout board.
carrier board, jumper board.
No, they called it.
Congratulations, Team IoT. Is that like some junior high school?
Something like that.
Ooh, middle school.
Yeah, here's where I saw it. Small adapter board. Nice name. I would find that one easy. Small
You think there's
adapter.
a company in China that says, "Oh, we name companies good, Banggood, that good name for your Atomic Pi"? Yes, Atomic Pi.
2.5. 2.5 power.
We do logo free.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
I saw ETA Prime's video today, and I barely looked at that logo. I thought it was something he put together in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I know it looks
I
bad.
thought it was a joke.
Yeah, see, and it looks like there's no place you can buy the board separately.
Uh,
If I'm looking at everything right. Yeah, so I would have to literally buy the entire thing over again to just get the breakout board or I'm sorry, the small adapter board for 2.5 millimeter power supply. And there's a little light on it, little capacitor. Yeah, and it literally is like the old IDE hard drive connector,
mhm.
literally. A little resistor. Dang. And see, no place on Amazon when buying this was that even an option. If I would have known, I would have came here and paid the $4, the 4 friggin' dollars, and got the board.
I'm surprised they don't have barrel jack. Yeah, I mean, or micro HDMI. Micro mini HDMI, because that'd be fully reasonable.
Only guess it costs too much money. Okay, so I am gonna buy the Shamakin DC 5 volt, because really all it's gonna take is snip snip with the schmack
Yep.
schmack,
Yep.
trim trim the plastic, wire it up, electrical tape, bang.
Yep. Oh, what? No shrink wrap tubing?
I don't have any shrink wrap tubing.
What?
Why would I have shrink wrap tubing?
Because you do microcontroller stuff.
I don't do
Do you want
microcontrollers.
to see my microcontroller go bag that I
Y-
bring with me when I'm at
You
the outpost here?
you do microcontroller stuff. I don't do any microcontroller stuff. Yeah, so looking at the pictures, I guess. Okay. So there's male to female, male to
So you
female,
just
male to male, and oh, and
cut,
it does have female to female. So it has everything.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you just cut two of the, and I brought those with me also. I have them in my go bag, my mini PC go bag.
Okay. Thankfully, it's not a lot of money.
Right. So SCJ643. What is that person's name?
Charles.
Charles. So I guess microcontroller stuff. I guess depends on what your need is. I mean, if you're just curious, that's one thing. If you have a definite need for it, I like the Raspberry Pi because it just makes crap so easy. There's no programming boards. You don't have to compile code. You don't have to write in C.
Right.
So there's a lot of benefits to using something like a Raspberry Pi. Now,
Yeah.
like the autopilot in my airplane is a microcontroller. There's no operating system. It's written in C, and there's a whole bunch of good things about that because there's no boot time. You power it off, power it on, it's on.
Right. Right. That really is hard to beat.
Yeah. So,
And I believe because of that, it's not only less corruptible, but adds more security as well.
oh yeah, my airplane that I haven't seen in 9 years. Pi and a Rock 64. Rock
It
64 is
it
good.
it's now begging me so much to join Amazon Prime again. It's saying it's going to give me a $50 Amazon gift card. They're not getting me, Jeff.
Do you want me to send it to your house? I'll buy it on Amazon and send it
No,
to you.
no, dude, that's the dirty secret. Everything comes in like 2 or 3 days, no matter what.
Yeah.
You get nothing extra by paying for Prime except for crappy videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you get nothing when you pay for Prime. You
No
get
way.
yeah, because how many times are you going to order something and it be $7? You know, you literally wait a day and add it with another
Right, right.
delivery,
I
and
got you. I got you. Well, I'll tell you the cool thing is in Orlando, I get things next day all the time.
right, yeah. When you're close to
Because
a hub, man, it is so
yeah,
good.
and it's usually an Amazon truck,
I've
which is
I've never seen an
subcontracted out.
Amazon truck.
Yeah, it's an Amazon
Okay,
branded truck.
damn it! I was really hoping I could do that.
Hoping to
I was,
power up, smoke test it.
yeah, I really wanted to power it up tonight. That didn't happen. Yeah, Walmart, Best Buy, and Amazon, all three have mastered the art of the exclusive deal for certain things. Uh, and they and the way that they're good at it is you go into one of those places, you find a product you like, you get that product number, you go someplace trying to compare prices and you can't.
It's the exact same thing,
But
but they
they have
have a different product number because it's
right,
through their distribution.
right.
Yes.
And then when they do
That
that, then uh, they
match
don't have to
price.
adhere to the price matching. Oh yeah, they're
Although
really dirty.
where was I? I bought something and I told my it was this price, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll match it." Oh, Yeah, you know what it was? It was Pep Boys. I was buying if anybody's a car guy listening, the McGuire's Hybrid Ceramic Wax, which is totally the crack. Love that stuff. Um, I was at Pep Boys. Yeah, I was at Pep Boys, and I told them, oh, it's like $5 less on Amazon, and they gave it to me for the price I said. They're like, all right, yeah, we'll match it. I'm like, well, okay.
That's awfully nice of them.
Yeah, it was a few bucks. I don't think it was 5, but it was a couple of bucks less.
Something. Yeah, I love the fact that I I posted. We've been talking about the atomic pie for 3 out of the last 4 shows, or
See, now I'm
3 out of the
feeling bad.
last. Why?
I should have ordered one.
No. Okay, we've been talking about this mini computer for literally like 3 out of the last 5 shows, or 3 out of the last 6 shows, something like that. I've literally had 5 people today email me alone saying, "In case you haven't heard of this, you should check this out."
That's funny.
And I know, but I can't be rude. I can't say, "Yeah, no,
Right,
yeah, I
right.
know." Um, and at least guys like 5150 make it very clear. They're like, I'm a couple episodes behind, so I don't know if I don't know if it's worth anything. But if you haven't seen this, check this out.
Right, right.
So 50 at least
No,
doing.
I appreciate all sorts
Oh,
of
I know, because I miss plenty of stuff.
there's different topics I focus on, and I have friends that are like in 2 of the 3 things that I'm interested in, and they'll tell me, "Oh, blah blah blah. Did you see this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I read that yesterday." I don't want to say that in a rude way because I want them to tell me. I want people to tell me stuff, even if I know it already,
Right.
because then if it's mini computer stuff, I can talk about it or post about it.
Right. And like 50 said, with Google Plus gone,
Yep.
he said, I don't know where to keep up with anybody at anymore.
You
And
keep
yeah,
up with me at flyingrich.com.
my real goal, Rich, was going to be to get this up and running and then immediately flash it with FreedomBox.
Oh yeah, cool.
Because I don't know if you called it, what FreedomBox is supposed to enable you to do is you load it on a computer in your network, you then port forward to the outside. Then if a random user hits that port from the outside, they're presented with like a public face blog entry type system.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you can have federated systems where I can say on my page, here's Rich's Freedom Box.
Ah,
Yeah, so we can basically have,
cool.
dare I say, I hate saying it, but I'm going to say it, like GeoCities, and wasn't it like the Ring or something?
Right. WebRing. Yes.
WebRing, where it's basically like WebRing, and I hate
Yes.
saying it, but that's what it's like. Um, so I was really hoping to get that installed and do it that way, but I gotta find this file. I think my Thunar's decided to stop working. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has. So, uh,
So I got my page working pretty good now.
system, no. Task, yes. So let's see if this causes everything to go boom. Kill. Yes, kill. And it's trying to kill. It says it's killed. Okay, so sounds like the stream's still working. So that's nice. Let's see if I can find this file. Where was it at? It was either in one. It was one of 2 places. Modified by date. So it was 26A, April 24th. Yep, 26A. So that means it's in home, public, Audio. Raw.
Can I bother you with a question while you're doing this?
Good.
The last door-to-door geek, I saw a video for it, but I don't think I've
Yeah,
seen the audio.
that's what I'm looking for now. And I don't see the audio there.
Yeah, I didn't see the audio in your stream. Am
Because
I?
that was, if I'm not mistaken, home documents. That should have been on sort by date. April 24th. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So file, export. Yeah, raw. I never exported it. Huh. Yeah, I wasn't when as soon as I was done, I said, I don't know if that's a show or not.
Because I started watching it on YouTube, and then I'm like, oh, I was doing something, and I'm like, oh, I'll finish it off on Podcatcher.
Yeah, I'm exporting it now. I'm gonna put it in the own cloud, listen to it on my phone. Can't listen at 1x. I'll go insane. Then I'll reevaluate. That's the only thing I don't like about doing live shows like that. Because if it's anybody else on the show, then I know we can force a show out of it. Yeah, I mean, when it's just me, I never know where the hell I'm going to go. Okay, so it's exported. So now quit, come to me own cloud, upload file. Raw. Bidet. Upload. I will
I'm
say
looking.
almost everything on Nextcloud is running fantastic, except watch this, Rich. Do me a favor. Quit this video Hangouts and I'll send you a link in our Google Hangouts thread.
Okay.
Okay, so uh, testing. See, that takes way too long to connect, but it did connect. And let's see if it actually remains stable. I did send the link to Rich, and everything else I've done in Nextcloud has been phenomenal, has been unbelievably good. unbelievably responsive, quick, and everything else for literally running on a, 30 or $40 arm board on the Rock Pi. Oh no, on the Rock 64. Um, and it just works really well, except Nextcloud Talk. And it might be because I'm running it in the desktop browser, where if I ran the standalone app, it might actually be a better experience, is one word I can think of saying. Because I know people that ran it on the Raspberry Pi Zero, and then we connected via Android apps, and it ran better than any video chat app I've ever seen. I see Rich trying to join. He's a big old question mark. I forgot to tell him if he had the Android app installed. I think it would have let him join. Now I can see him on there. I don't see him on mine. Guest. Looks like I'm still connected fine. Let's see. And it wouldn't shock me for every person we add, this would take even longer and slower to connect. I just typed patience to him. Patience. Just thinking about it. I think I am going to have to mute the mic. Oh, no audio. That's convenient. No camera because I'm already using the camera. Oh, and because I'm already using the mic on the webcam in GUVC view. There you go. Yeah, he left. I forgot to tell you if you install the Nextcloud Talk Android app, it might work without a login. So now I'm going to send him that. I get paid by the hour, so I'm okay waiting for him. And I noticed the white balance is a little bit touchier, is what I'm going to say. I'm going to see if I can fix that right now. Video, go back to 0. Yeah, see, it's still, still showing like a halo over my head, which, yeah, on the stream, it's utterly apparent, is what I'm going to say. It's fixable, but not greatly fixable. Yeah, so hopefully I'll have that cable Friday. Friday or Saturday would be nice. I love the fact that it already has Linux baked onto the board. So I misread it the first time. I read it as eMMC compatible, but no, it's eMMC baked on the board already, which is something completely different. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what it is. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with having 8 gig on 8 gig eMMC baked onto the board. Because to be honest, it if anything's going to give me better speed and responsiveness, it's a baked onto the board eMMC versus me using a little o-droid style eMMC. Let's see if Rich has better luck. Let me see. While he's still there, let me send him that text. See if that can do it. I'll say that even the text chat on this thing is slow. Yeah, okay, now I can see him over there. Say something, Rich. You guys can hear him over there. I can't hear him on my local. That's not confusing at all. It's thinking about it.
Oh, okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. Do you hear me? What?
It can do it. Don't know if there's a standalone app.
Okay, I'm hearing myself on the output from the YouTube channel.
Is there a standalone talk app?
Which I've now muted.
No.
Or it looks like, wait, is that my microphone or whose microphone?
It's still thinking
So
about
my
it.
microphone's good. My video is good.
Any second now. It's just going to start to work like magic. Still thinking about it.
Are you serious? It's going to work?
Okay, so
Boy, the camera's crappy on this MacBook Pro.
I already hit enter to leave the chat 5 seconds ago. I literally went into the URL,
It's tired.
hit paste, hit enter 10 plus seconds ago. Yep. 15 seconds ago. +30 seconds ago.
Oh, so now I'm solo? Do I get to have my own show? Can anybody hear me? I'm trying to rejoin. A little annoying watching myself in lag because it's like you look stupid looking over at the bird. Now you're kind of looking mindlessly and expressionlessly at yourself. Try harder. Charles hears me. So let's see, what do we got here? Cool. I can show you cool stuff. I got my watch. Does it still show? So this is the Samsung Galaxy Gear S3 watch. And oh, the face goes blank. But the low res of this camera is probably really sucky. Oh, here's one of my favorite faces. This is a cool face. And again, I can't see what I'm showing you.
Again, it looks like I joined the streaming box with Rich, but not locally with Rich. So that's not confusing at all. So now a live listener can hear both me and Rich, but I don't think Rich can hear me, and I can't hear Rich.
Too much glare. So Pi Zero, actually, I got this suggestion. This is, I think it's less than $1. It's a soapbox from Walmart. What? What? Can you hear me? Can't hear me. Nope. Oh, wait, I hear you, Door. I hear you. I hear Door. Question is, so, let's see.
But I can't hear you. That's not confusing.
Pi Zero.
That's not confusing at all.
You don't hear me.
Yes, see. No, I can't. I'm terrified to say share screen in here.
Nope, not at all.
Okay. Back in the Google Hangout. Yeah, just I cannot get. Okay. Yeah, I just cannot get the Nextcloud talk.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, see, in Google Hangouts just works, and I can't get the Nextcloud talk to work right yet.
Okay. And what's that running on?
Rock 64.
Cool.
Everything else runs fantastic on it, just not that. But I do believe, and I need to try this with somebody, running Nextcloud Talk on 2 Android devices instead of inside the browser, I think actually works good.
Oh, okay.
It would piss me off if it's true.
Here, you want me to see if I can put Nextcloud Talk on my
Man,
phone?
it's time to call it a night.
Yeah, I'm a pumpkin.
All right, man.
Ready, buddy.
Take it easy.
Good night.
Night. Thank you guys for calling it out. Coming out. Hopefully, I'll get the plugs and I'll get everything working by this weekend is my hope. If you haven't checked out FreedomBox.org yet, it's definitely interesting is what I'm going to say. The sad thing is this thing has been around for 10 years, if not more. I wish they would have made more progress by now, but they have something. It looks like it works. Says it will work on their dedicated boards I've never heard of. 64 x86 install, QEMU virtual box, 32-bit install, QB board, BeagleBone Black, Dream Plug, Raspberry Pi 2. For some reason, they only list Raspberry Pi 2 on their website. You go to the GitHub, they have more hardware selected. So I'm going to try to install it on that and see if I can get it working. See if I can get it to run smooth because it'd be nice to have another option. So thank everyone for coming out. I'm going to cut this stream and I'm going to start doing some more work around the house because that's what I do. Take it easy, guys.